girl, Miss Amber Gold. So this video is going to be college themed. So I'm going to be asking myself some questions for all the people who be attending college, whether it's this summer, this coming up fall, next spring, or whatever. Basically this video will probably be helpful. I'm wearing my shirt, my t-shirt, Old Dominion University. That's where I graduated. That's where I completed 4.5 years, okay? 4.5 years. We'll get into all the stuff about my major, about my experiences, about things, about classes, professors, all of it, okay? Also, like, I actually got this the day that I graduated, and on the back, well, of course you guys won't be able to see, but on the back it has like all the names of the graduates of 2019. So let's go. I have a good amount of questions that are here for the graduation tag. Alright, so number one, when did you enter college? It was August of 2014. So right for the fall semester. What college did you attend? I attended Old Dominion University, the Monarchs, which I never understood, because I'm like, okay, why aren't we just the Lions? Why do we have to be the Monarchs? Because when I think of Monarchs, I always think of like a monarch butterfly, if you guys remember in science class back in like 2nd, 3rd grade. What year will you be graduating? Well, I graduated this year, so 2019. I graduated May 10th of 2019. It was Mother's Day weekend, and that was great for me because guess what? I didn't even have to get my mom a present. Her present was the ticket to come to my ceremony, and she loved it. What is your major? So, when I first came into Old Dominion to college, my original major was fashion merchandising. No, it was marketing with a minor fashion merchandising, because I was like, I really want to be in fashion. Like, I love fashion so much. I switched it actually to business analytics. I hated it because I took an analytics class and I hated it. I joined the club and everything just to see if, you know, for extra help, tutoring. After that, I wanted to do pre-law. I honestly don't know why I didn't do pre-law. I think in between me switching to business analytics and me being stressed out, because I know I talked to like my mom and my sister about how I was feeling. I talked to my boyfriend and stuff about how I was feeling, and they were basically just saying, like, you know, just do what you want to do. I'm really good at arguing and I love debating. Like, I feel like I could shut anyone down in a debate, except my sister. I feel like she's the only person that could shut me down. I decided to switch it to management. Now, I was still in the business field, so honestly, I was falling out of love with business. Like, I didn't really like it, because at first, before I even thought of college, I've always said I want to be a doctor. Ever since I was 5, I told my dad, I remember, he asked me, you know, Pumpkin, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know what, Dad? I want to be a doctor. He said, why? I said, because I want to help people like God helped people. That just took over. He loved the answer. Like, he was just a maniac. He literally was like, my daughter's gonna be a doctor, and he would always ask me all the time, you still want to be a doctor? I would always be like, yes. Before I got accepted to ODU, my sister and my mom, they were in college. My mom and my sister, they did business. I still wanted to do science. I still had in the back of my mind, like, I wasn't good enough to be like a med student or a pre-med student, I would say. And then I thought about business because I never knew anything about business, like nothing. I'm like, nobody told me anything. I didn't know anything about accounting. I didn't really know anything about IT. I didn't know anything about business analytics. I only knew about management. That's it. So when I did that, and then I decided to do management as my major in the business field, of course, like at first I loved it. Then I was like, I mean, it's not challenging enough, you know? And I wanted to do not just management, I wanted to do human resources, but ODU, they don't offer human resources. So you have to take classes like under management. So that's what I did. Then I talked to my advisor. I told her, like, you know, I'm not really doing good in these classes. It's not the management classes. It was more so at ODU, like their business program, you have to complete other fields. Like in the business world, it's the IT, management, accounting, economics, and did I say business analytics? I decided to add another major with it. So I did leadership, and leadership was the same exact type of curriculum as management. The only difference is that instead of going through the whole accounting, all that stuff, it goes straight to, like, you know, what you want to do, like leadership roles, management roles. It goes straight to that. And you learn how to build a resume. You learn proper etiquette. You learn how to talk in when you're doing interviews, or if you're giving the interview, you know how to speak. So my major, leadership management. That's what I got. So and I'm very proud of myself for that. Up, shush, up. There you go. Okay. All right. So it says, let's see, do you plan to go back for another degree? Yes, of course I do. Well, will I get it in? That is to be continued, because I still don't even know. Did you do internships? I did not do any internships. Describe your school in 3 words. Diverse, spirited, like school spirited, definitely. I would say unique. No. Love you. Alright. What was your toughest moment in college? Oof. Anything that dealt with people. It was more as like trust, friends. Sometimes I was lonely. Like, it got so bad to the point that I had to go to counseling at my school, because I felt like I was going through a lot of stuff, like financially. I really felt alone. It was mostly the loneliness, because my mom and my sister, of course, like my mom was all the way in she was in North Carolina at the time. My sister, she lived in Virginia, but she lives like 3 hours away from my school. And then the guy I was dating, he went to ODU. That's how we met. He went back home because after he graduated, like when I came in, I was a freshman and he was a senior, so he literally left like the next semester. But we still were together and stuff. Like there was a moment that I didn't have anybody on campus. I didn't know anyone, because when I came in, I knew some people. Then some people, they left. Some people, we fell out. Had my roommates, but we'll talk about that. What was your best moment in college? Oh, when I graduated. What's something you will take away from attending college? I mean, I would take away the education. Like, of course, everything I learned, I'm gonna apply it to the real world. I really think I would take away my independence. Were you on campus, off campus, online, or a commuter? In the very beginning, I was considered off campus, but I literally lived like 1 minute. Like my university was across the street, but where I lived, it wasn't considered on campus up until the place I was staying at. My university, like, I guess, bought it or whatever, so it was considered, and they changed the whole name and everything, so I was considered on campus now. What organizations were you a part of? Okay, my first organization, we'll try and go in order. The homecoming committee. Or homecoming parade committee. I did do that. Second, but I did join my first modeling organization. That was fun because I really wanted to always like do modeling. I was just pretty like nervous, and I thought modeling was just like you just have to, you know, like have a nice figure on you, just about like, you know, just the outside, like just looking good or whatever. But no, it was about like your walk, your confidence, the vibe that you give off when you walk. Like people have to feel it. So I was with them for like maybe a year. Then I don't know what happened. I think like the group broke up or whatever. I'm not sure. But then that's when I was like thinking about my major and about business analytics. So that's when I was like, I'll just join the freaking club. I only came for the free food, literally, like I promise you, I only came for the free food. Then the fourth one, I joined another group, dynamic modeling troupe. It was actually really fun. Like when I was on it, I really considered my team as like a family. Like I don't even think that they understand like how lucky I was to have them. It was really fun. I met one of my best friends there, Kayla. So I did that from my junior up until I moved. I think I was only with them for about like a year and a half or something. But I know that I had left because it was about to be my last semester, and my mom was moving, and she thought it would be good for me to just, you know, might as well just get used to Georgia and come here, and you know, that way I can focus on careers and finish school, and plus my rent was getting high, so that would eliminate rent for now. So yeah, but I really loved it. Like that was so much fun. That's because of that group, it opened up a lot for me. Like I love walking, I love strutting in my heels, giving attitude. What do you plan to do now that you've graduated? Find a career. That's what I'm doing right now. Like finding an actual career that I can use my degree with. What advice would you give the next generation entering college? College isn't what it seems. So last question, discuss picking classes, times, and professors. Oh, okay, perfect. How I picked my professors and all that stuff. First, once I mapped out which classes I'm going to take, I go on rate my professor. I type in all the professors that are teaching a specific course that I'm taking that following semester. Excuse me. I do look at the reviews. I look at the grades. You have and let me tell you, before I was even doing that, I was really taking like some of my professors were horrible. Like some of them I couldn't understand. Some of them they didn't really know how to teach. Some of them would just give out homework and that's it, and they wouldn't really give us any lectures. Some people just only give lectures and no homework, no practice. It was just lectures, tests, lectures, tests. Rate my professor because it definitely does help a lot. You get to see all your professors' comments that people have made of like their experience, whether it's good or bad, what type of homework they may give out, how many tests they will give out, how their teaching is. Some people are audio learner. Some people are a visual learner. I'm a visual one, so PowerPoints, pictures, all that stuff helps me. Also, it is good if they do curves, because sometimes when you're just a couple points from getting that B or that A that you want, and they curve the grade, oh my gosh. Woo. Picking your times. Okay, So this is important. Even though you're doing good in class, because that's what I learned, I was doing excellent in class, but I didn't end up getting the grade that I wanted. I still passed the class, but I didn't get the grade I wanted due to my freaking attendance. So that being said, that I decided, like, you know what, I'm not gonna do no 8 a.m., no 9 a.m., nothing. Like, I just started to take classes that were like around either noon, 1, 2, whatever, something like that. So that's another thing. You have to learn your schedule and only pick classes that are with your schedule, because I'm telling you, some teachers, attendance is everything. Some of them, they'll slide with the attendance. They won't even take it. They just like, well, it's your responsibility. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. Some people, they want you there. Unless that you have a little homie in your class who's looking out for you and who can write your name on the attendance sheet, then I suggest that you just probably just take another time slot or something else. Because so picking your classes, so most of the time when you're in college, like, your advisor will map out each semester you're supposed to meet with your advisor, so you can talk about the next semester, and she or he will map out the classes that you should be signing up for. That was working with me, but then eventually I was just doing classes by myself. Like, I was just signing up for them. And if you choose just to sign up classes by yourself without your advisor's help, then I definitely suggest you to carefully map out the classes, so that way you don't have a bunch of like hard classes all in one semester. Let's say if you're taking a really hard class and you know the passable rate is like 50%, it's like half of the people who take this class either fail or pass, then that class is definitely a summer class. That class should be taken by itself, because if you're taking it with 3 other classes, chances are you're probably not going to pass. If you ever have any questions, you're welcome to DM me, comment underneath this video if you have any questions, and be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.